While cases of reincarnation and past life memories have been documented worldwide, the individuals featured in this book are particularly extraordinary. Not only do they remember their past lives, but they also recall the intermediate stage between death and rebirth, a rare and profound glimpse into the mysteries of the afterlife. The next extraordinary case of reincarnation is that of Wu Xianyun. According to his family, in his past life, he was his own grandfather, Shi Jingzong, a farmer from Longchang Town who passed away in 1999 due to stomach cancer. Shi Qingzong bore a distinct scar on his left wrist from a knife injury sustained while carving bamboo. Astonishingly, when Xianyun was born, he had a birthmark in the exact same spot, resembling the scar from his previous life. Even more incredibly, his grandmother, Wei Yuehua, Shi Qingzong's wife in his past life, recognized her grandson as the reincarnation of her late husband. A particularly shocking incident occurred when Xianyun was just 2 years old. One day, after being scolded and spanked by his mother for misbehaving, he burst into tears and cried out, "Mom, you're hitting your dad. I treated you so well in my past life and now you're punishing me." His mother was taken aback but remained skeptical. However, Xianyun went on to name relatives from his past life, people from his maternal grandfather's side whom he had never met. The most astonishing revelation came when he mentioned a second name that Shi Qingzong had once used. His grandmother, Wei Yuehua, was deeply shaken when she confirmed that her late husband did in fact have a rarely known second name, Shi Andao. As Zhang Yun grew older, his past life memories became even more vivid. He recalled his childhood mischief and, in an unbelievable moment, led his family up a mountain to precisely locate the grave from his past life, despite never having been there before. The final reincarnation story in today's program is about a young boy from the Wu family who had vivid past life memories from an early age. What made his case extraordinary was his claim that he had once been a white pig person. By the time he was 2 or 3, his unusual knowledge began to surprise those around him. Whenever he saw farmers gathering pig people feed, he would caution them. "That one's too bitter. That one's too spicy. If you pick too much, the pig people won't eat it." The adults laughed, dismissing his words as mere childish nonsense. However, the real shock came when the boy encountered a local butcher named Rong. Each time he saw him, he would flee in terror. Villagers, curious about his fear, eventually asked him why. That's when he revealed that, in his past life, he had been a large white pig person raised at his grandfather's home. He then recounted a haunting memory. One day, Butcher Rong arrived with a buyer. Sensing danger, he, as a pig person in a previous life, desperately ran up a hill behind the house but was ultimately caught, slaughtered, and sold for meat. The revelation stunned the village, and soon everyone affectionately began calling him Little White Pig. Most remarkably, upon hearing the story, Butcher Rong was deeply shaken. Overcome with guilt, he made a solemn vow to give up butchery forever, never taking another life again. These extraordinary stories serve as profound reminders of the endless cycle of birth and death, where past actions shape future destinies. They reveal how karmic bonds extend beyond lifetimes and how the suffering of sentient beings continues unless one finds a way to transcend it. Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, compassionately offered insight into how we can be liberated from this cycle and attain true freedom.
I would advise again, all the Buddhist followers, if you did not choose any other method in Buddhism to practice to save your soul, then you should recite Amitabha Buddha, all the time. Until even when you sleep, you eat, it's only his name and his scenery. If possible, you can find the sutra, you read it, so you can visualize Amitabha Buddha's land. So that when you die, you will go there and you will immediately recognize that is the land that you wanted to be born in, to be free forever. You may be in a lower level, but then you will never go back to the life and death cycle and you never go to hell. So please do that.
Thank you, most beloved Master, for your loving reminder of a simple yet powerful Buddhist practice that can help souls break free from samsara and attain eternal peace. May this serve as a reminder for us to remain humble and sincerely pray to the enlightened Master for our soul's liberation so that we may transcend the cycle of birth and death and find true freedom.